Hey guys and girls, how's it going, and welcome back to another episode of Natural Magic with myself, Lewis. I'll be bringing myself a great day as always, and I have been doing a ton of work. So from the last episode, we finished off in that place over there, and I've just been gathering stuff, making a house, starting on my Botania and things. It's going pretty nicely. If we have a look inside here, I've laid down some chests, some lockers, some of these guys. We found some armors and things. I set up an area for my Botania flowers and my seeds and things. Got some food on the go. It's all good. And just round this side, I've also got a load of wheat or barley. And over here we've got some sheep, some cows, and some chickens. Yeah, nice. And up here we've got all our Botania stuff. So I've made a few day blooms and some endo flames, and they're feeding power into our mana spreader and down into our mana pool. And at the minute I've got a fairly decent amount. If we have a look in here, there we go. You know, for a starting amount, that's not that bad, and it's done the trick for us to get most of the bits and bobs that we need. If you're wondering what these bags are as well, these are from a mod called Bagginses, and it's kind of cool. I'm going to be swapping this out with the backpacks mod that we have in at the minute. It's kind of a little bit cheaper, maybe, but they had a void bag, which I found is super useful. If we have a look at it, here we go. So this is our tier 2 bag, and then we have a void bag, which we can go into. We can put stuff in there. Pretty cool, right? But we can place the bags inside the bags, which is nice, and we couldn't do that with the other one, so I'm pretty happy about that. But we did a live stream yesterday, and we went into a roguelike dungeon just over that way. We did the first 2 floors. We went and beat all the guys, stole the things. It was pretty cool. But I managed to get myself a jukebox, a damaged anvil, or an anvil, and I also got myself a crafting table, not crafting table, an enchantment table, which is over here. And I want to try and add some more things to this today quickly, and then maybe we'll get a bow on the go. And I've been thinking that I want to start working more on the Botania to get some better generating flora, because at the minute I don't really want to go down the route of having loads and loads of the day blooms, because that's generally what we do, but it never really works out that well. So I'm going to try and come up with some better ways to generate some of that. Oh, that reminds me, we've got 4-leaf clovers in now from the Magic Clover mod. I've really wanted, like, for most of my mod packs that we've done, we've always made some sort of mod that adds in random chances to get stuff. You know, we had Lucky Blocks, Pandora's Boxes, and I wanted something that really fits the natural theme. So I found these guys, and these are practically the same thing, but then, you know, they're natural, aren't they? So they work a lot better, which is kind of cool. Oh, I need to, we probably need some leather for that. Let's see if we've got any leather. We have. Nice. Let's try and get some more books. There we go. Pop that back in there. And you can go in there. Oh, nice. We've got one more. Just enough for one more bookshelf. Let's make that before we do anything else. Let's get 6 of those. Cool beans. There we go. Nice. And we'll throw some music on in a second as well. I managed to get some records. I got 3 records, but I haven't checked which ones they are just yet, so hopefully they're going to be decent ones. I know we haven't got Stole, which sucks because that is my all-time favourite, but we did get these ones over here. Let's have a look. We got 13, we got Cat, and we got Chirp. Chirp's not that bad. I guess we'll listen to some Chirp. Yeah, let's quickly turn this down, though, just a tad. Music, jukebox. Turn it down to about here, I guess. Oh, maybe a little bit more. How about here? That's bad. That's nice. Yeah, a bit of Chirp. Lovely. Okay, right. Let's have a sleep, and we will begin tomorrow with the next things that we're going to be doing. And I think the first thing is going to be to make some better generating flora. Yes. So, I've started working on this area up here. I've made these half slabs, these slabs that go along here, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to use some hydrangeas in the corners to generate some mana, and we're probably going to have some fences coming up here, some of these guys, the glowy fences, because I'm trying to go torch free at the minute. I know I've got these ones here, but eventually we'll change that. And we'll have water in here, and then we'll have that feeding the mana into this spreader and down into there. Now, the ones on the sides are probably going to reach up with this one, but just to make sure, we'll put the spreaders in there anyway to do that. And I also want to grab our locker, because I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to have lockers along here with the flowers for the different types of generating flora, because I always forget the recipes. I can't remember recipes to save my life, and I try, but I just can't. So if we can have them pre-done, that's going to be cool. You see, I've already got the locker recipe up here for it. So we're going to need a trapdoor. Let's grab some of this. Let's get some trapdoors, and then it's like this. With that, gives us a locker. And we'll lay down the first one. This will be for our hydrangeas. And I think we're going to put it here. There we go. These are going to look really nice when they're all along this, because then we can walk along and we can take out the bits that we need, which is kind of cool. I'm thinking I might even put some signs around here somewhere just to say which one's which. But I guess when you look inside, you'll kind of get the general gist, won't you? Alright, let's have a look in here, see what we need. So our Lexica Britannia. We want generating flora. And we want the hydrangeas. So we want some mystical blue. So we want 3 mystical blue. We want 2 regular blue and a pink. Okay. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to grab the lot of all of them. So I want mystical, cyan. Oh no, I want the blue, dark blue, light blue, and pink. Cool. And let's turn these all into petals. Nice. And now we want to try and change it around a little bit so we know which ones are the special ones. So it's 2 light and a mana light. So let's do this. So it's 2 light and a mana light. There we go. Awesome. And then I think it's a regular dark and a mana dark and a pink. Regular dark, mana dark, and a pink. Yeah. Let's just get 2 of these. So we'll put that one there. And that. That can go there. And a pink. Nice. Alright, so now we can share these out like that. Let's see if we can turn 7 of these into mana ones. We can. Nice. There we go. And we're probably gonna need some more of these blue ones as well. Now I have made myself one of those horns, which is kind of cool because we're gonna need that. Let's put those down there. Yeah. So I got, how many do we need? We need a load more light blue if we're gonna do this, because all in all I need 8 of them. So we need a load of spares. I've only got 7 of those, so we are going to need a load more of those. So let's get out our Horn of the Wild. And I love this guy because it's kind of cheap and it just works really nicely. Should we put something else on? I think we should. Let's go with her. Let's go with cat. There we go. Nice. So my endgame goal is I want to try and get it so that we have loads of cake producing stuff, some kekimuris on the sides up here. So these areas are going to be raised, feeding kekimuris into there. And then maybe we'll change this round slightly so we haven't just got these guys just sat on the floor. I'd like an own area for the runic altar for it to look a little bit nicer. Here we go, right. Yeah. Let's get to all the guys. Let's grab all of these. I wonder if we got any clovers from that. Because the oh, we did, look. Nice. So the clovers are a random drop from breaking grass. And I don't know what the percentage is just yet, but I think I need to look into that. Because when we're on stream, I'm actually at loads of them. And they can give you some pretty powerful things. Like when I was reading the list of rare and like kind of neutral items, I saw something about a end dragon egg. I was like, whoa, that's a bit much. But it's kind of cool, I guess, but it's a bit much. Let's see what we get. I got some Clover. Wow. Okay, so let's turn all this into those. And the light blue. We'll pop those in there. Cool beans. Got the cyan. Did we get any pink? We didn't. We'll put our seeds up here. And pop the rest in the Britannia chest. Cyan, there we go. Red flowers, lime, grey. Can all go in there. The brown. And the seeds. And the random stuff. Should we do a few more of these? I think we should. What did I get? I got a cookie pickaxe. And a oak tool rack. Nice. We could probably actually put the oak tool rack somewhere. That's kind of handy. Let's pop it there. And I can put my stuffs in it like this guy. There we go. Nice. That's I could even put my horn in there. You know, we'll hold on to the horn for the time being. I can put my cookie pickaxe in there. I wonder if you can actually... Can you eat this? Oh my god, you can eat a cookie pickaxe. Yummy. Let me get a stick bag. That is just too cool. Alright, we still need some more, so let's go and hunt down some blue flowers. So we need blue, as many of these as we can get. And we still need the dark blue, and we need the pink, because we're going to be making 8 of these. Now, we don't really need 8 of these, but I think it would be kind of cool to have 8 of these. That's magenta. Let's go here. Grab all of these flowers. Is that magenta again? It is. Kind of need pink. Oh, there we go. There's pink. Some more dark ones. And some more blue. How many is that? So that's 8, 6, 2. I think we could be almost there. Almost. Let's have a look in here. So we've got more than enough pink. The dark blue, we're going to need 8 of those. So let's do this. Let's put 7 there. Let's change some of these up. There we go. For those, cool beans. So we've got more than enough of those. It's the blue that do it. So we need 8. And more of these. Come here. Come here. There we go. 5. We are so close to having all of these. So close. We just need a couple more of the light blue. Let's have a look. I don't need cyan. I need light blue. Where are you hiding, light blue? Ah, that's 1. And 2. Nice. So that should do it. Let's just hope we got enough mana to do the rest of these as well. And how many do we need? 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, I think we got all of it. So there's 8 of those, and then another 8 of those. 8 of those. 8 of those. 8 of these guys. And 8 of these. Nice. Cool, right, so we got all of that. Let's get our seeds. So 3 there. I'm going to need another 5 seeds from in here. Seeds. Ah, there we go. 8 seeds. Nice. Alright. I think this could actually work. Right, here we go. So, it's one of those. Like that. That. Nice! 1 hydrangeas. Cool. And we'll do it one more time, I guess. So that. Did that go in? Oh man, I forgot you have to put the flowers in first, do you? So that. Like a charm. And for the last one. Bam, there we go. 8 hydrangeas. Lovely. Okay, right, let's put that there. And let's have a sleepies, flip a track, and I want to make one last thing. I'm going to make myself a Rod of the Seas, because it's another thing that's just really handy, isn't it? But we need to do a bit of runing to be able to make this guy, so let's have a look in here, our Lexica Britannia. Let's put this stuff back as well. So I'm going to make a Rod of the Seas. Mystical Instruments, Rod of the Seas. So we need ourselves a Rune of Water, which is a Mana Steel, Bone Meal, Sugarcane, and Fishing Rod. Well, that should be too easy. There we go. So it's a Man of Steel. Let's put some music on as well while we're at it. So I want that. And which one should we have now? Let's go with 13. Cool. So we need a fishing rod. So let's get some string. And some sticks. Is it like that? No. We need more string. Get some more string. Oh man, I literally cannot make a fishing rod to save my life. It's just one of those recipes I can never remember. Fishing rod. There, did I not just do that? Is that not a fishing rod? Sticks, string, fishing rod? Have I broke this somehow? Let's try a different crafting table. Just in case it's that. Here we go. Sticks, string. Oh, it doesn't seem to want to. It doesn't seem to want to give me a fishing rod. I doubt it's because of the sticks. Let's just double check, make sure. Huh? Look, they're getting a different. Oh, that's strange. I wonder why that's happening. You see that? They're getting a different little code thingy. Okay, let's put that in there. And how's about we do it this way? So, if I take sticks out, do they automatically? No, they don't. Ah. Huh. So something is making the sticks go weird. Look, 281, 280. Huh. And I'm pretty sure that was Minecraft wood I was using a minute ago, unless it was glowy wood I was using. Dark oak wood planks. Very strange. I guess I'm going to have to look into that one. We can't have people go without their fishing rods, can we? Alright, so fishing rod, Man of Steel. Some reeds. Let's grab some from out here. Man, that music is dull. That is such a dull song. We need something a bit funkier than that. Let's just go back with cat. There we go. That's a little bit happier, right? So let's get some reeds. And we need some bone meal. And we can use a jackalope antler for that. There we go. So that should be everything. We're just going to need a piece of living rock. And let's throw this guy together. So it's that. One of those. One of those. And a fishing rod. And let's give it a tap. Cool. So that's going to get all the mana it needs. And once we see all the cool flashing lights, we are good to go. There we go. Let's give it a little tap. And bam, 1 rune of water. Nice. So it's a rune of water, living wood twig, and a water bottle. I don't even know if I actually have much string on me at the minute. Let's have a look. Or any glass. Oh, we got a little bit. But barely any sand. Let's get some sand from over here. That should do the trick. Alright, so we need that, we need a water ball, and we need some twigs, don't we? That's the next piece. Let's see if we've got any spare living wood. We have. Cool. Twigs. There we go. Alright, I think that's it. I think we've got everything. So is that, we need to fill it with water, don't we? It needs to be a bottled water. Nice. So there's a bottle of water, that guy, and that. There we go, Rod of the Seas. Nice. So this guy's going to place water, as long as long as we have mana in our tablet, and we've got a load in there at the minute, which is awesome. So we've got our hydrangeas, we've got our water, we have mana spreaders. We just need now our glowy dyed white fences. You know, you've got to keep it matching, haven't you? If it doesn't match, it doesn't look nice. So let's put these along here. So we'll put one there, and one here, and one here. Cool. Right, let's place these guys down. And the same on this side. Nice. And what else do we need? Mana spreaders. There we are. And if we place one here, they should be instantly pointing in the correct direction. Yep. And same on this side. Awesomes. Now just to give it some water. So let's put this in here. And we should have an infinite water source. I believe so. Let's do the same over this side. Cool. And we should find now that the water's not going to get used up. The hydrangeas are going to keep taking it, but because we have infinite water sources getting made from the middle block, it shouldn't drain it all away. And this is actually said in the book. So if you look in the book and we go back to generating Flora and hydrangeas, it gives you a nice little diagram now. So you can see here that it kind of points out like this. This is exactly how we've done it, except I've just moved the middle bit for one of these spreaders so we can get some more mana that way. And that's slowly going to fill these guys up with mana. Now the hydrangeas do take some time, but they work all the time, which is nice. So it's not like a day bloom that's always working during the day. These guys are always doing their thing, which is kind of nice. And they're going to be shooting into this mana spreader, and then it's going to get fired down into our mana pool. And we've barely used up any mana from when we did the rune and all of the petals that we made. So we've got a fairly decent, pretty good amount in there, I think. The next thing, though, is going to be to do the cake side of things. So I want, like, the cakeys to get made up here, the kekimuras, and then this can be firing into it this way, and then going down into the pool again. And I still really want to build something around here to try and make it look a little bit fancier, because at the minute it doesn't really look all that fancy, does it? Like, this area does, but I don't think these look all that great at the minute. Yeah, it could look a little bit better, just having a random pool with a spreader and a runic altar. It really doesn't look that great, but I think we could get it looking a little bit better. Yeah, cool. And I wonder if there's any other things that we can do at the minute, because there was some other mystical items I was looking at. There's the Rod of the Skies, which is pretty cool, Rod of the Seas, Rod of the Lands, and Rod of the Hells. And there is a upgrade to the Rod of the Lands, but I don't think I can make it yet. No, it doesn't look... Or dictionary recipe. Huh. Let's have a look. Vine balls. Subscribe, Terra Firma Rod, Terra Shatterer, Terra Steel, Rod of the Lands, Mana Steel Pasture. No, doesn't look like it. I'm pretty sure it's a, I think it might be one of the Alfheim items. So we're probably going to have to open up the portal and exchange our Lexica Britannia before we can do any more of that. Yeah, that's probably going to be a thing. Yeah. Alright, so before we finish up, let's go ahead, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and get a decent enchant on our bow, and then we're going to call it a day. Let's see if we've got any more of these as well, because we might as well use these up, see what we get. We got some prismarine, nice, and a poisonous potato. Wow, that is pretty cool. Let's pop these guys back in there. Yeah, nice. Alright, let's make a bow. And I want to see if I can make the bows out of these weird sticks as well. So it's the 280 something, wasn't it? And let's bring up bow, because bow, just like the fishing rod, is another recipe that I can never remember. And look, no, it doesn't work. So these 281 ones seem just really broken. Yeah, that works just fine. Huh. I need to figure out where those sticks are coming from. Alright, so we got that. And we're also going to need a better way to get paper, because I don't mind doing it with these, but there are better ways to get paper. Oh, I can actually show you a good way to get paper at the minute from another mod that was added in, I think it was Beta 5 it was added. We'll do it with diamonds, because we've got a few spare, and it'll last then, won't it? But if we have a look in here and do bark, we can make a bark spud, and this requires some sticks, and it requires a diamond. So let's make a bark spud. So it would use the regular sticks again, and that gives us a bark spud. And now, if we go over to a tree that is one of these, that's the paper on it. There we go, birchwood. And we break it. See, we get all of this birch bark. And with this, we can make paper. So 3 in a row gives us 3 bits of paper. How cool is that? And we can use it for other stuff as well. So we can use the birch bark for that. We can make a bundle of birch bark. And if the bundle of birch bark can actually be made into birch bark canoe. A canoe. Which doesn't break as easily as it generally does, which is kind of cool. And the bundle of birch bark can be used to cook stuff as well. So that's pretty funky. I like that. I'm probably just going to turn it into some paper, but there we go, we've got 36 paper from that one tree just then. It's quite nice, isn't it? So I think we're definitely going to be using more of those in the future, but that's a pretty nice addition. Actually, I think that can go on the tool rack, can't it? Let's put it there. Yeah, nice. And it really fits the aesthetic. It looks just like it would in Minecraft, so I am pretty cool with that. Nice. Alright guys, well that's going to be that for this episode. I'm going to go around and I'm going to do the lockers for all of these, because at least now we know which ones we need and which ones we don't. So we won't move the top row, but we'll keep the bottom rows, and maybe we'll put some signs on here, or we can make some of the little kind of post-it note thingies. Let's see if we've got any left. Oakwood labels, that's the one. I don't know if I can place it on here without kind of messing it up, but if I can, it would be pretty cool. Let's have a look. Oh, I can, look, I can place it on there and we can still open it up. So if I made myself another hydrangeas, and we've still got some more bits to do that. Actually, do you know what, let's do it now, because we've got most of it. We just need another blue flower. I think this could look pretty cool. Let's get another one of those. There we go. How many did we need? I think we just needed a light blue. Yeah, we just need a light blue and a mana one. Cool, so it's 2 of those, that guy, one of those, and one of those, and some seeds, wasn't it? And if we do this, we should be able to place it on there, and then we'll know which ones are which is cool. Like, we're gonna have to make one, but hey. That is all good. So it's those, that, and that. Now, if we shift click on that, we can go like that. See? How cool is that? Nice. And we'll do the same for along here. So we've got all of the different types of generating flora, or most of them, and we just easily grab them when we need them. Because the one thing I always have a problem with is remembering the recipes and just never having enough of the stuff sort out for when it comes to actually making it. But yeah, that's awesome. I like it. Alright guys, I'll see you soon for another episode. Have yourself a great day. Have a good one as always. And goodbye.